Welcome back to TechKidFX for another price prediction update, and in this video I'll be giving you a price prediction update on Polygon Matic, whose current price stands at the $0.94 mark, and here on TradingView the market is up by 0.67%. And in this video I want to give you the short-term and the long-term scenarios that I expect to play out, basing my analysis on the Elliot wave structures, the Fibonacci's, and also the key areas of support and resistances. And allow me to kickstart the video by giving you a brief of what has been happening here on the Polygon Matic chart. From the all-time high, we had been seeing no prices in this massive ABC corrective movement, which took us back to around the $0.32 mark. And after making that low, we have been seeing a very nice bounce to the upper side, which has been obeying the Elliot wave structures. And I believe we have completed the formation of that high Elliot wave count 1 to the upper side. And now my primary scenario is that we're in the formation of this high Elliot wave count 2. And jumping to the 4-hour chart for further analysis. Here on the 4-hour chart, you can see have this Elliot wave structure in yellow, which is a fractal wave within that higher Elliot wave count 1 to the upper side. And using the Fibonacci's, we can get to see whether that first wave to the upper side has done the minimum that we expect a first wave to do by connecting the Fibonacci's from the low of the first wave to the high of that wave 1, then dragging the fibs to the low of the second wave, and that gives me a minimum target area, the fib level 0.618, and that is at around the $1.26 mark. And we have made our high in the formation of that high Elliot wave count 1 at the $1.3 mark, meaning we have fully maximized the target area of that wave 1 to the upper side, and giving you a minimum target area to the lower side in the formation of this high Elliot wave count 2, which is my primary scenario here on the Polygon Matic chart, by connecting the Fibonacci's from the low of the first wave down there to the high of that wave 1. That gives me a minimum retracement area between the fib level 0.5 and the fib level 0.618, which perfectly lies between the $0.81 mark and the $0.69 mark. And zooming in so that we can get into the short-term scenarios that I expect to play out over here. In the formation of a higher Elliot wave count 2, which is a corrective wave, we also expect to see an ABC corrective structure, and I believe that is what we are seeing over here, having this as the wave A, then a wave B, then we have continued pushing lower in the formation of this wave C, which we have not fully maximized and not yet seen the low for that wave C to the lower side. And in the formation of that wave C, you can see here we have been trading within a channel, and you can see we managed to break out of the channel to the upper side. And after breaking out of the channel, we also managed to also break above the 20-day MA, which means it's acting as support, and that gives me the first possible scenario that can play out in the formation of these wave C over here. There are chances that we might continue pushing higher. And now that we are trading at around the $0.94 mark, and that means we are just about to hit a key area of resistance at around the $0.95 mark, which is a key decision point, because at that point we can either manage to break above that key area of resistance, and in case we manage to break above it, then I will expect to see a retest of that key area of resistance and then continue pushing higher. And in case we do not manage to break above it, then I will expect to see a nice rejection over here. And in case we do not manage to break above it, then I will expect a very nice rejection over here in a movement that could take us back to around the $0.78 mark, which is our next key area of support. And in case we lose that key area of support, that should fully maximize the formation of that high Elliot wave count 2 to the lower side. And jumping to the 1-hour chart for further analysis, here on the 1-hour chart, I had this Elliot wave structure within the formation of this wave C, where I had this as the wave 1, then a wave 2, a wave 3, then a wave 4, then I was expecting a very nice impulsive movement to the lower side in the formation of a wave 5, which was supposed to fully maximize the formation of that higher Elliot wave count 2. But I think I need to change my Elliot wave structure over here, because in my previous video I did not notice that our wave 4 over here had retraced into the high of that first wave. And if I mark the high for that first wave, which is our invalidation point on this dotted line at around the $0.83 mark, the moment our wave 4 over here retraced back to that high, that invalidated this Elliot wave structure that I have over here. And in today's video I'll be giving you a new Elliot wave structure that we can have in the formation of this wave C. Having this as a massive wave 1, we can have this as a massive wave 1. Then whatever we are seeing over here might be our wave 2, then expect a wave 3, a wave 4, and then continue pushing even lower in the formation of our wave 5, and giving you a minimum target area to the upper side in the formation of this potential wave 2 to the upper side, using the Fibonacci's, connecting them from the high of that wave 1 then connecting the fibs to the low of the second wave. That gives me a minimum retracement area to the upper side in the formation of a wave 2 between the fib level 0.5 and the fib level 0.618, which perfectly lies between the $1.07 mark and the $0.96 mark, which is a target area that we can fully maximize in case Polygon Matic manages to break above the key area of resistance at around the $0.95 mark. Then I will expect Polygon Matic to fully maximize the formation of that high Elliot wave count 2, that is this Elliot wave count 2 over here in yellow. Then expect an impulsive movement to the lower side in the formation of a wave 3, and in this Elliot wave structure, this wave 5 is what should fully maximize the formation of this higher Elliot wave count 2 to the lower side. And jumping back to the 4-hour chart so that you can see what movements will be supported on the RSI. On the RSI, we are trading at around the 74 mark, meaning we have managed to get into the overbought region and we don't have any room for us to support any movements to the upper side any further. Also on the MACD, we have printed a bullish cross, but we are seeing a bit of a decrease in the buying momentum. So soon we might expect a bearish cross, and that would mean lower prices might be coming our way very soon here on the Polygon Matic chart in what might be the formation of that high Elliot wave count 3 to the lower side. Then expect a wave 4 before we continue pushing lower in a wave 5 to fully maximize the formation of that high Elliot wave count 2 to the lower side. And that's the update for Polygon Matic.